Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching and listening to Historian Radio's Echoes of the News, and I am Muhammad Hussain Qazi, and these are today's headlines as history first heard them. On this day, the 16th of October, 1822, the new Drury Lane Theatre was opened. The Drury Lane Theatre was known for hosting several performances in the history of British literary arts since its opening. Thus, its very opening is an iconic date in the history of British theatre. Continuing on this date, in 1847, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte was published under the pseudonym Currer Bell. Jane Eyre is regarded as one of the most interesting and most significant works in the history of literature. It is also regarded as a must-read novel by all those who have read it. Continuing on this date, on this very day in 1906, British New Guinea became part of Australia. This would be a significant date when it would come to the accumulation of colonies in the British Empire, when New Guinea would become a part of what would be then known as British Australia. Moving forward, in 1946, on this very day, Nazi war criminals were hanged as a result of the Nuremberg trial and as a result of the judgment taken at the Nuremberg trial. From those executed, the list included individuals such as von Ribbentrop, who was the foreign minister, Julius Streicher, the man who would run one of many anti-Semitic Nazi newspapers, and of course several others. All those who had partaken in the Third Reich's conquests in the Second World War. And of course, it would be their efforts that had unfortunately resulted in one of the biggest losses of life in the history of man. And lastly, in 1964, China exploded its first nuclear device, earning its place amongst one of the many nuclear powers of the world at the time. And so it would be an intriguing moment in the history of Cold War politics. Now we move on to the next segment of our show, where we recount the famous births and deaths of famous figures from the 19th and 20th centuries and sometimes earlier. Born on this day in 1854 was Oscar Wilde, one of the several notable Irish authors to have produced iconic works in English literature. He is most notably remembered for his novels such as The Picture of Dorian Gray. And following him in 1888, Eugene O'Neill, famous Irish playwright, was born. He is best remembered for his play Long Day's Journey into Night. He too would be born on this very day in 1888. And unfortunately, on this very day in 1793, Marie Antoinette was guillotined as a result of the French Revolution and the Reign of Terror. Marie Antoinette was the wife of King Louis, who too was guillotined as a result of the French Revolution. She was despised by the people of France for her opulence and her spending, while the people of France starved. Following Marie Antoinette, in 1951, Prime Minister Liaquat Ali Khan of Pakistan was assassinated during the process of giving a speech in the area of Rawalpindi. He would be shot, and unfortunately he did not survive his wounds, and so he would perish on this day in 1951. And on that unfortunate note, we conclude today's headlines. You were watching and listening to Historian Radio's Echoes of the News, and I am Muhammad Hussain Qazi, and these were today's headlines from the past. Good night.